Shalom. This is Brother Yoel from the Israelite Bible Study Group, and welcome to part 2 of our study called Complete Control. And let's not waste no time. Let's just jump right into it. Let's start off in Psalms chapter 24. And let's pick it up in verse 1. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. So the earth, the world, the universe, all of those things and everything within those things belong to the Most High, the great Creator. That is why it says the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. The Most High, the Almighty Creator, is in complete control of all, okay? Of all. He puts thoughts into people's minds and he make them do whatever he want them to do. He make them do different things, okay? He manipulates circumstances and he manipulates situations, and he do it to accomplish his purposes so that his will be done. Because like I said, the Most High is in complete control of everything. And you probably never really thought about that, but yet and still, he is in complete control, okay? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 55. Let's pick it up in verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. Saith who? Saith the Lord, the Most High. Okay? Verse 9. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So people are always giving credit to everything and to everybody instead of giving credit to the only one who actually deserves all of the credit. That is to say, the Creator of heaven and earth and everything in it. Who is that? The Most High. The Christians, they credit Jesus, also known as Lucifer, with everything. Okay? It's Jesus this, it's Jesus that. Jesus, everything in the name of Jesus. When they pray or whatever they do is in the name of Jesus. They make songs and everything about Jesus, saying, can't nobody do me like Jesus, and it's nothing but the blood of Jesus, you know, and things like that. It seems as if they don't even know that Jesus is Lucifer. But even though we have videos and everything out there letting you know that Jesus is Lucifer, they don't know that, and they still giving all the credit to Lucifer, aka Jesus. And Lucifer hides behind the name Jesus Christ. That is why you don't see the name of Jesus Christ in the Old Testament, okay? And that is why Jesus in the New Testament conveniently don't say anything about Lucifer, okay? Why? Because he is Lucifer. And of course, he don't want you to, you Christians to know that. Christians don't even acknowledge the Most High God. And also in the New Testament, when anything bad happens to someone, they say that it is Satan. They say that it is the devil or some evil spirit or something like that. However, it is none of those things. It is the Most High, okay, who does anything good or bad to people. It is the Most High. He orchestrating the whole thing. He's in complete control. Okay, he said in Isaiah, in the book of Isaiah, the Lord, the Most High said that He do all these things. He said He kill, He make alive, He wound, He heal, all of it. Okay, and they never give credit to the Most High. But before we close out this video, we will take a look at some of the passages that let us know that the Most High is in complete control. So let's begin by going to Proverbs chapter 16. Okay, let's start looking at some of these things. Proverbs chapter 16. Let's pick it up in verse 1. The preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. So the preparations, meaning the whole process of how a thought get into your mind, is from the Lord, i.e. the Most High God. Okay. Preparation definition. Let's go to the Strong's Concordance, H 4633, Marak, okay, from H 6168, an arrangement, that is figuratively, mental disposition, preparation, okay. Let's read that once again, Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 1. The preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. So it is not only the process of how a thought is put into your mind, but it is also the word that you say out of your mouth. Both of those things are from the Lord, i.e. the Most High, our God, the Creator. Okay? And that is why people can say and do things and not even know why or understand why they did what they did or said what they said. Because the Most High God is in complete control. Okay, He put the thought in your mind, and he make you say the word that you say, and He make you do the thing that you do, the action that you do. You're going to see this as we continue to get into this study, okay? Let's get that once again. Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 1. The preparations of the heart, okay? The heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. So let's get heart definition. Heart definition is in the Strong's Concordance is H 3820. Is lab, from a form of H 3824. The heart, also used figuratively, very widely, for the feelings, the will, and even the intellect. Likewise, for the center of anything, care for, comfortably, consent, consider, courage or courageous, friendly, broken-hearted, merry, stiff, stout, double heart, double-hearted, heed kindly, missed, mind. Right there, you see it, mind. So when you say the heart, the preparations of the heart is talking about the mind, okay? Understanding, unawares, understanding, willing, wisdom, but mind is what I want you to see here, okay? Let's continue. Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1. The king's heart. Now we just saw what heart means. That's the mind. The king's heart, the king's mind is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. You hear that? Okay, so it's not only the king's heart, which is to say his mind is in the hands of the Most High, but everybody's heart, also known as their mind, is in the hand of the Most High, our God. Your mind, as well as my mind, and everybody else's mind, is in the hand of the Most High, okay? And he can turn it any way he want to, okay? He turneth it whithersoever he will. Let's get that once again. Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1. I'm going to drive this home so you can understand who's in control. Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1. The king's heart, which is to say his mind, is in the hand of the Lord, the Most High. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Okay, let's go back to Proverbs 16. Proverbs 16 and 1 once again. The preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. Verse 2. All the ways of a man is clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weigheth the spirits. What does that word weigheth mean? Let's go back to the Strong's Concordance once again. H8505. Takan, a primitive root, to balance, that is, measure out by weight or dimension, figuratively, to arrange, equalize, through the idea of leveling, mentally estimate, test, bear up, direct. Right there, I want you to see all the way. Let's look at verse 2 of Proverbs chapter 16. Again, it says, all the ways of man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord direct the spirits. See, it's the Most High who making you think and say the thing that you're saying, and ultimately your actions. It's the Most High God who is in total and complete control. He is directing the spirits, okay? You see that. Let's get the definition for direct. Direct definition. To control. To do what? To control. To do what? To control the operations of something, to manage or to govern it, to aim something in a particular direction or at a particular person. So let's look at some of the synonyms of the word direct, okay, before we move on. Synonyms of the word direct: govern, okay, the Most High govern this entire universe, the earth, the world, everything, okay? Govern, conduct, handle, lead, head, command, rule. These are all the synonyms of the word direct. Supervise, oversee, guide, regulate, orchestrate. Orchestrate. The Most High is orchestrating everything, okay? Coordinate, engineer, mastermind, administer, manage, run. So the Most High God is running the entire show because the Most High God is in complete control of this earth, okay? Let's get the definition for control. Control definition: the power to influence or direct people's behavior or the course of events. Okay? And let's see this in action, okay? Let's go to Genesis chapter 15. Genesis chapter 15, where the Most High God said to our forefather Abraham, he said, know of a surety that thy seed shall be strangers in the land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. The Most High God said that nation whom they shall serve, he will judge. And afterward, the seed of Abraham, the children of Israel, shall come out with great substance. All of those things happened, okay, to our people when our people, the children of Israel, went into captivity in that first Egypt, okay? And it happened just like the Most High said. He said it to our forefather Abraham, and everything happened just as he said it would happen. So in the book of Exodus, it tells us that a new king rose up who didn't know Joseph. So that new king who didn't know Joseph, the Most High God put a spirit, like he said he directed the spirit, he put a spirit on that new king. And that is why the Most High said that I will harden his heart, like his mind. The Most High put the spirit on that Pharaoh, hardened his heart, directed his mind, okay? That's what it's saying, hardened his heart. The Most High God did that so that that king of Egypt or that Pharaoh would not like the children of Israel as the other Pharaoh or king of Egypt did, okay? Because the other Pharaoh, he liked Joseph, showed Joseph favor and everything, okay? So that king of Egypt would not like, that new king of Egypt would not like the children of Israel like the other king of Egypt did. The Most High God was manipulating the whole thing. The Most High God manipulated that king's mind, turning it for his own purpose, so that that new Pharaoh would not be kind or, toward Israel as the previous king was. When Joseph was still living, that other king was good to Israel because of Joseph. But now that Joseph was dead, the Most High God made this other king to not be kind towards our people, okay? So what did that new Pharaoh said? The new king said, come, let us deal wisely against Israel And so they made the children of Israel to serve with hard bondage, and they afflicted the children of Israel. And they threw our male babies into the river to be eaten by whatever was in that river, okay? But what you and I need to understand is that the Most High God orchestrated the entire thing. Like I keep saying, he's in complete control. He orchestrated the entire thing. And even before all of that, the Most High God even orchestrated the way Joseph ended up in Egypt in the first place, okay? Joseph's father loved Joseph, and he showed favoritism toward Joseph. And even that was the Most High manipulating, okay? And he made Joseph a coat of many colors. Even though he had 11 other sons, the Most High God orchestrated that entire situation, okay? So when Jacob made Joseph the coat, it made Joseph's brothers very angry and very jealous of him. In addition to that, the Most High God gave Joseph these dreams. So he had the coat, and also he had these dreams that the Most High God gave him, and Joseph kept telling these dreams to his brothers. And when he told those dreams to his brothers and to his brothers, it only angered them even more. They were angry at the coat that the father, and they were also angry at the dreams that he was telling, because the dreams that he was telling was that he was ruling over them in his dreams, okay? So it angered them even more, and they hated Joseph. And as you can see, the Most High God was in complete control of this whole thing, okay? Let's go back to Proverbs once again. Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 1, because I want to drive this home, okay? Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 1. The preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. Verse 2. All the ways of a man is clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weigheth the spirit. He directs the spirit. He causing you to do what you do. He was causing Joseph's brothers to be angry at Joseph, but it was for the Most High's purpose, okay? Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 3. Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts, you see that? Thy thoughts shall be established. No matter what happens, okay? Because the Most High God is in complete control. So just commit your way unto him, and your thoughts will be established. So we must be committed unto the Most High and acknowledge him in all of our ways, and our thoughts will be established. And he will direct our paths, and we can learn something from those who were before us, who are written in this book, okay, in the Bible. We can learn something from those who the Bible speak of, and I'm talking about people like Joseph, like I'm talking about Joseph, King David, Job, and others, okay? We can learn from them of how to serve the Most High despite the difficulties that come along in this life that we live, okay? Acknowledge our sin, okay, before the Most High God. Repent and continue to wait upon him. Continue to wait upon the Most High for salvation. Don't look to anyone else. We have to have that attitude like Job had. And when all kinds of crazy things happened to Job. But what did Job do? What did Job say? Okay? Let's go to Job real quick, and then we'll come back to talking about Joseph again. But let's go to Job real quick, and I want you to see, just understand something when you see what Job is saying, okay? Let's go to Job chapter 13 real quick, and verse 13. Chapter 13 and verse 13. What did Job say? He said, hold your peace, because a lot of crazy stuff was happening to Job, but he said, hold your peace. Let me alone, that I may speak, and let come on me what will. Let's skip down to verse 15. Job chapter 13 and verse 15. Though he slay me, yet will I trust him, but I will maintain my own ways before him. Verse 16. He also shall be my salvation, for an hypocrite shall not come before him. So before we go back to talking about Joseph, let's document some of the things that Job had to suffer through, and then we will go back to those things about Joseph, okay? So let's start off in Job chapter 1 and verse 1. Look at some of the things that Job had to go through, okay? And I want you to see that the Most High God was manipulating the entire thing. He was in control of of everything that happened, okay? Job chapter 1 and verse 1. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job. And that man was perfect. You hear that? Perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil. Okay? He stayed away from that which is evil, and he feared the Most High God. According to verse 1 of chapter 1, right here in the word, it says that he was perfect and upright. Now, let's see when the Most High God pretty much forced Satan to test Job, okay? Let's get that. Let's skip down to verse 6. Job chapter 1 and verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. So Satan is the son of God, because he came right along with them, okay? Verse 7. And the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? And then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. Verse 8. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, and one that feareth God and eschew evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, doeth Job fear God for naught? So Satan said, do Job fear God for naught? Or do Job fear God for nothing, or without a cause, or for no reason? So Satan seemed like he was confused, as he's saying, he's trying to see why was God telling him to do, sending him against Job. He said, wait a minute here. You just said that Job is a man that is perfect and upright, and that he feared God. He feared the Most High, and he eschewed evil. And now you still want me to bring all of this stuff on him? That's what he's Satan is kind of saying to the Most High. Satan was confused as to why the Most High wanted him to do that to Job, okay? Job chapter 1 and verse 10. Has not thou made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he has on every side, that thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land? Satan is saying this is very confusing. He's saying this to the Most High. He's saying this is very confusing. But if you insist that this thing be done, then I will do what you are commanding me to do. This is what he's going to do. But he's saying, he was confused as to why the Most High God would tell him to test Job. But he say, I'm going to do exactly what you told me to do. Let's go to Job chapter 1 and verse 11. But put forth thy hand now and touch all that he has, and he will curse thee to thy face. Verse 12. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he has is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. So we must understand that the Most High is in complete control. That is why it says in Proverbs chapter 3, lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge the Most High, and he will direct thy paths. Okay? Because like I said, the Most High is in complete control, and he's moving all the pieces. He's causing or allowing everything to happen that is happening, whether those things be what you might consider good, or whether those things be what you might consider evil. The Most High God is doing all of it. Okay? All of it. So right now, even right now, then today, the Most High is causing those countries like Israel and those other places to bomb each other. Okay, it's the Most High God who is causing those countries to fight against each other and to kill each other. The Most High God is orchestrating that thing. He putting it in those minds of those people to do what they're doing. Okay. Now, when all of those things were happening to Job, what did Job say? Job chapter 1 and verse 21. And said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Verse 22. In all this Job sinned not, nor charged God foolishly. Because Job knew that the Most High was in complete control. Job didn't say the devil did this or Satan did this to me. He didn't say that. No, Job knew who was doing it. He gave all the credit to the Most High. And the Most High don't share his glory with anyone else. So don't give his glory to anyone else. It's the Most High God who is in control. Not Jesus, not Lucifer, not anybody. Not even the person that the Most High God is using. Okay? The Most High God is in control. The Most High God said, my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. Let's go back to Job chapter 13 and verse 23. How many are my iniquities? See, Job just said he was sinning. All those things would happen, and we saw that it wasn't Job sinning, it was the Most High God testing him. But what is Job saying? How many are my iniquities and my sins? Make me to know my transgression and my sin. So Job is thinking that he had did this huge sin, yet the whole time the Most High God was doing what? Testing him. Okay? But whatever the case may be, the Most High God is in complete control. He can do whatsoever he is pleased to do. And no one can do anything about it. Okay? If that doesn't make sense to you, it shouldn't make sense to you. Okay? Because the Most High God said, we read it earlier and we'll read it again. He said, your ways are not his ways. Okay? Let's read that again. Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 8. I'm telling you, the Most High God is in complete control. Isaiah 55 and verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. Verse 9. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. That is why it won't make sense to you. Let's go back to Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 4. The Lord has made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So the Most High makes some people good. He makes some people bad. He makes some people nice. He makes some people evil. He makes some people straight crazy. And even if you are not normally crazy, he can make you do some crazy things. Why? Because the Most High God is in complete control. Okay? Now let's get an example of this. Okay? Let's take a look at when the Most High God made King David do something crazy. Okay? He made King David take a census of Israel and Judah, which was a sin to do so. But in this we are going to see that the Most High is in complete control. Again, just like we saw with Job, we're going to see it with King David, and we're going to see it again with Joseph. Okay, the Most High God is in complete control, and we are going to see that. Okay, we're going to see that the Most High God is running the entire show. Let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 24, and let's pick it up in verse 1. And again, the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel. Kindled against who? Israel. So the Most High God was angry at Israel, but he's going to use David. He's going to move King David to do something to cause Israel to sin, so that the Most High God can judge Israel for sinning. Watch this, because he's in complete control. 2 Samuel chapter 24 and verse 1. And again, the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel. And he moved David. He did what? He moved David. He did what? He moved David. Okay? Against them to say, go number Israel and Judah. Okay? So when it says that the Most High moved David, it is saying that the Most High made David to do it. Okay? Because the Most High is in complete control. Let's get the definition for this word moved, and then we'll continue. Move definition in the Strong Concordance, okay? H5496, sooth. Perhaps denominative from 7898, properly to prick. That is figuratively stimulate, by implication to seduce, entice, move, persuade, provoke, remove, set on, stir up, take away. So the Most High was forcing David to do it. He moved him to do it. Let's get some of the synonyms of the word prick. The word prick is to incite, provoke, urge, spur, sting, whip, prompt, stimulate, encourage, inspire, motivate, push, propel, and impel. That's what the Most High was doing to David, to make him, forcing him to number Israel, so that the Most High God can judge Israel. 2 Samuel chapter 24 and verse 2. For the king said to Joab, the captain of the host, which was with him, he said, go now through all the tribes of Israel, from Dan even to Beersheba, and number ye the people, that I may know the number of the people. Verse 3. And Joab said unto the king, now the Lord thy God add unto the people how many soever they be, an hundredfold, and that the eyes of my Lord the king may see it. But why do my Lord the king delight in this thing? He said, why is you doing this? Why are you numbering them? Verse 4. Notwithstanding, the king's word prevailed against Joab and against the captains of the host. Why? Because the Most High God is in complete control. He is orchestrating this thing, okay? And Joab, let's read that verse 4 again. 2 Samuel chapter 24 and verse 4. Notwithstanding, the king's word prevailed against Joab and against the captains of the host. And Joab, the captains of the host, went out from the presence of the king to number the people of Israel. Verse 5. And they passed over Jordan and pitched in Aurora, and on the right side of the city that lieth in the midst of the river of Gad, and toward Jazer. Verse 6. Then they came to Gilead and to the land of Tahamashai. I can't really pronounce this word. And they came to Dajan and about to Zidon. Verse 7. And came to the stronghold of Tyre, and to all the cities of the Hivites and the Canaanites. And they went out to the south of Judah, even to Beersheba. Verse 8. So when they had gone through all the land, they came to Jerusalem at the end of 9 months and 20 days. Verse 9. And Joab gave up the sum of the number of the people unto the king. So he told him the whole sum of the number of the people that they had numbered. And there were in Israel 800,000 valiant men that drew the sword. And the men of Judah were 500,000 men. Now let's see the judgment of David's sin, okay? 2 Samuel chapter 24 and verse 10. And David's heart smote him after that he had numbered the people. So David, was struck with guilt for what he had done, okay? And David said unto the Lord, I have sinned greatly in that I have done. And now I beseech thee, O Lord, take away the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done very foolishly. But we know that the Most High God moved him to do this. Okay? Letting you know that the Most High God is in complete control. Verse 11, for when David was up in the morning, the word of the Lord came unto the prophet Gad, David's seer, saying, Go, say unto David, thus saith the Lord, I offer thee 3 things. Choose thee one of them, that I may do it unto thee. Verse 13, 2 Samuel chapter 24 and verse 13. So watch, David going to choose one by default, because it's going to be, you'll see. Let's watch. Let's get that. Verse 13. So Gad came to David and told him and said unto him, Shall 7 years of famine come unto thee in thy land? That's 1. Or wilt thou flee 3 months before thy enemies? That's 2. While they pursue thee. That's the second one, right? And let's just start that over again. I'm sorry. Let me just read it through. 2 Samuel chapter 24 and verse 13. So Gad came unto David and told him and said unto him, Shall 7 years of famine come unto thee in thy land? Or wilt thou flee 3 months before thy enemies while they pursue thee? Or that there be 3 days pestilence in thy land? Now advise and see what answer I shall return unto him that sent me. He's saying, choose one of those 3 things so I can tell, let the Most High know what your choice. 2 Samuel chapter 24 and verse 14. And David said unto Gad, I am in a great strait. Let us fall now unto the hand of the Lord, for his mercies are great, and let me not fall unto the hand of man. So the Lord sent, verse 15, so the Lord sent a pestilence upon Israel from the morning even to the time appointed. And there died of the people from Dan even to Beersheba 70,000 men. Do you hear that? Okay. Verse 16. And when the angel stretched out his hand upon Jerusalem to destroy it, the Lord repented of the evil and said unto the angel that destroyed the people, It is enough. Stay now thy hand. And the angel of the Lord was by the threshing place of the Arna and Jebusite. Okay. Verse 17. 2 Samuel chapter 24 and verse 17. And David spake unto the Lord when he saw the angel that smote the people, and said, Lo, I have sinned. I have done wickedly. But these sheep, what have they done? Let thy hand, I pray thee, be against me and against my father's house. So the king builds an altar to the Most High, and he repents of his sin. Okay? But like I said, we know that the Most High God moved him to do this thing. 2 Samuel chapter 24 and verse 18. And Gad came that day to David and said unto him, Go up, rear up an altar unto the Lord in the threshing floor of Aruna the Jebusite. Verse 19. And David, according to the saying of Gad, went up to the Lord, went up as the Lord commanded. Verse 20, let's skip down to verse 25. 2 Samuel 24 and verse 25. And David built there an altar unto the Lord, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. So the Lord was entreated for the land, and the plague was stayed from Israel. So let's go back to, I just want you to see, before we go back, I want you to see that the Most High God is in total and complete control of this earth and what happens in this earth, okay? So let's go back to the Psalms and see the proper attitude or the right spirit or the right heart that we must have toward the Most High, our God. Because as the book says, King David was a man after God's own heart, okay? Meaning we can take an example from the king. Even though he messed up at times, King David had extreme faith in the Most High God. He had a very strong desire and will to do whatever the Most High God will was, okay? And whatever the Most High God wanted him to do, King David was a man after God's own heart, okay? Remember that. He had the right kind of heart towards the Most High God, okay? So let's go to Psalms 86 and 1, and let's hear this type of heart that you got to have toward the Most High, okay? Bow down, I ain't say it, I wasn't sure if I said it, but let's go to Psalms 86 and verse 1. Bow down thine ear, O Lord, hear me, for I am poor and needy. Verse 2, preserve me, preserve my soul, for I am holy, O thou my God. Save thy servant that trusteth in thee. Verse 3, be merciful unto me, O Lord, for I cry unto thee daily. Psalms 86 and verse 4, rejoice the soul of thy servant, for unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. Verse 5, for thou, Lord, art good and ready to forgive, and plenteous in mercy unto all them that call upon thee. Verse 6, give ear, O Lord, unto my prayer, and attend unto the voice of my supplications. In the day of my trouble, I will call upon thee, for thou wilt answer me. Verse 8, Psalms 86 and verse 8, among the gods there is none like unto thee, O Lord, most high, neither are there any works like unto thy works. Verse 9, all nations whom thou hast made shall come and worship before thee, O Lord, and shall glorify thy name. So we know the whole story of how the Most High gave Joseph these dreams. So we're going back to the dreams of Joseph, okay? How the Most High gave Joseph these dreams. And also we know that Jacob also loved Joseph. And Jacob showed favoritism towards Joseph, making him, like we said earlier, a coat of many colors, even though he had 11 other sons. And no doubt, okay, the Most High was manipulating this entire thing. Because the Most High God is in complete control. So the Most High gave Joseph these dreams, and he showed Joseph that he was going to be a ruler over his brothers, and Joseph's brothers did not like that, and they did not like Joseph, and they actually wanted to kill Joseph, but instead they sold him, and Joseph ended up in Egypt. But the whole time, the Most High God was in complete control. He was making his brothers hate Joseph. He was making the father love Joseph, and the Most High God was giving Joseph the dreams. So, he was making the father show Joseph the, favoritism towards Joseph, making the brothers hate Joseph, and the Most High God was giving Joseph the dreams to make them guys hate him even more, so that he can make sure Joseph get into Egypt to preserve the whole entire family. Okay? Because they would have died if the Most High wasn't orchestrating this situation. They would have died from the famine. The whole nation would have died from the famine. So the Most High God was doing all of this to preserve the whole family, letting us know that the Most High God is in complete control and manipulating the entire thing. Because eventually, this is how the Israelites ended up in Egypt. The Most High told our forefather, Abraham, that his seed would be strangers in the land of Egypt. You see? Let's get that real quick, and then we'll come back to the story of Joseph. Genesis chapter 15 and verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety, okay? A surety. This is going to happen for sure. That thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. But let's go back and see when Joseph reveals himself to his brothers, because they sold him, and they didn't know, they didn't even know if he was dead or alive. They probably didn't think that they would ever see him again, okay? But like I said, the Most High is in complete control of everything. Okay? He's in complete control of everything that happens in this earth. The Most High says he kills, he make alive, he wounds, and he heals. And there is no one can deliver, save, redeem, rescue, take anything or anyone out of his hand. Okay? So Joseph is going to reveal himself to his brothers, and I want you to hear what he say to them. Okay? He's going to reveal himself to his brother, but I want you to pay close attention to what he says. We're almost done with this study, by the way. But let's get a few more verses. Like I said, I just wanted to bring out a few verses to show you that the Most High God is in complete control. Okay? Genesis chapter 45 and verse 1. Then Joseph could not refrain himself before all them that stood by him. And he cried, cause every man to go out from me. And there stood no man with him, while Joseph made himself known unto his brethren. Verse 2. Isaiah and Jeremiah. Genesis chapter 45 and verse 2. And he wept aloud, And the Egyptians and the house of Pharaoh heard. Verse 3. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I am Joseph. Doeth my father yet live? And his brethren could not answer him, for they were troubled at his presence. Because they thought he was dead or something. Okay? They sold him. And now he telling them, I'm Joseph. Do my father still live? Genesis 45 and verse 4. And Joseph said unto his brethren, come near to me, I pray you. And they came near, and he said, I am Joseph, your brother, whom ye sold into Egypt. Verse 5. Now therefore be not grieved nor angry with yourselves that ye sold me hither. For God, God did send me. Not you. The Most High God sent me. Okay? The Most High God did send me before you to preserve life. He sent me ahead of y'all to preserve life. The Most High God sent me before y'all. Okay? Y'all thought that it was y'all who were doing it, but it was the Most High manipulating your minds the whole time. It was the Most High who was controlling you. He made you sell me to the Egyptians, or to those who sold me to the Egyptians. Okay? Genesis chapter 45 and verse 5. This is what Joseph is saying to his brothers. Now therefore be not grieved nor angry with yourselves that you sold me hither. For God did send me before you to preserve life. Verse 6. For these 2 years has the famine been in the land, and yet there are 5 years. There's 5 more years of this famine. But the Most High sent me ahead of you to preserve the entire nation. He was orchestrating the whole thing. I'm going to read verse 6 again. For these 2 years has the famine been in the land, and yet there are 5 years in which there shall neither be earing nor harvest. Verse 7. And God sent me before you to preserve you a posterity in the earth, and to save your lives by a great deliverance. All praises to the Most High. Verse 8. So now it was not you that sent me hither, but God, the Most High. And he has made me a father to Pharaoh, and Lord of all his house, and ruler throughout all the land of Egypt. Verse 9. Haste ye, and go up to my father, and say unto him, Thus saith thy son Joseph, the Most High God has made me Lord of all Egypt. Come down unto me, and tarry not. Verse 10. Genesis chapter 45 and verse 10. And thou shalt dwell in the land of Goshen, and thou shalt be near unto me, thou and thy children, and thy children's children, and thy flocks, and thy herds, and all that thou hast. Verse 11, Genesis 45 verse 11. And there will I nourish thee, for yet there are 5 years of famine, lest thou and thy household and all that thou hast come to poverty. Let's go to Genesis chapter 50 and verse 18. And his brethren also went and fell down before his face, and they said, Behold, we be thy servants. verse 19. And Joseph said unto his brethren, fear not, for am I in the place of God? Verse 20. And this is our last verse. And this is the last verse of this study. And hopefully you're able to see that the Most High is in complete control. But let's get this verse 20. Genesis chapter 50 and verse 20. But as for you, ye thought evil against me. The Most High put this hate in your heart in order to get you to sell me into, so that I could end up in Egypt, okay? But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it not. Let me read that again. Genesis chapter 50 and verse 20. But as for ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good, to bring to pass, as it is this day, to save much people alive. So as you can clearly see that the Most High God ruleth in this earth, the Most High God ruleth in the kingdom of men, and the Most High God is in complete control. And that concludes this study. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for studying this with me. And I'm going to say shalom.